the way they've treated the UFC, like they're very smart. And WME just said to Dana White, you know what you're doing? Run this. You know how to run this. Yeah. And I'm sure they'll do the same thing.
Oh, great.
I think so.
Yeah, how could you not?
Right.
Like, who the fuck knows more about wrestling than that guy?
Right.
Nobody.
Yeah.
That's just it.
Can you give us some...
When he was getting involved in scandals and there was like girls that he had paid off,
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, duh.
Yeah.
Like, duh. You got an 80-year-old savage who's
Yeah.
who's built like a fucking gladiator.
Yeah.
Gee, you think he fucks? What do you think? What do you think? You think Vince McMahon is doing that just for fucking hee-hees and ha-has?
Right.
No, of course he's got some floozies on the side.
He's my hero.
Really?
I
He's an animal.
I judge people by how they treat me, and he has treated me like I've never had anyone treat me with more respect ever in this business.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, he's a great guy. I don't care what he does.
Before
he's
him,
my hero.
There was really no one of that caliber.
No,
right? There's no one that put together an organization as big as the WWF.
No. He's
what a vision.
He's got balls bigger than fucking Dallas, Texas. I mean, he's not. Yeah. He's not easily intimidated. Because,
when you're talking about your early days, you're going to these places and, the local people know, but it's kind of obscure nationwide. For someone to take wrestling, that was, there was always small shows on television, but to turn into something like the WWF, to have that vision, to be able to pull something like that off is pretty wild.
The most watched cable television program for, I think, like 28 years or something like that. The most watched
we just
thing
had the 30th anniversary.
Yeah.
30 years.
Wow. It's a record. Yeah. Every Monday. Boom, 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 boom. On a Monday.
Tried to imitate that success with other organizations, but you really need a Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
You do. You need a kingpin.
A long-term storyteller that sees things from weeks ahead. Yeah. Like what you do tonight. He's still, from what I understand, I read recently, he changed the script on a Monday night right before the whole taping, changed all the things around, and everybody's panicking like, oh wow, he's changing all this stuff, but it's like for a reason. If something's happening, it's like how you could have planned your matches, you could do an act in stand-up comedy right down the barrel, but being present and, listening to the crowd and feeling the stuff, and that's what he does.
Yeah, he just spends all day. I mean, he's so invested, time-wise and mentally. I mean, to me, he's sharp as a tack. He had a chance, took a little break from it, but it gave him a chance to look at the product and then come back at it and fix what he thought was right or wrong.
One of my things,
and to me, he's entitled to do that.
Sure,
I mean, he owns it. I mean, he built it.
Yeah.
He can do whatever the fuck he wants. One of the things that I really admired was there was this one moment where he ran into the ring and he kind of like dove into the ring in a funny way and hit his thigh on the side of the ring and blew out his quad.
Both. Same time.
Yeah, and he was supposed to be there being a leader.
We thought he had a heart attack, a stroke. We're sitting there watching it. He tore them both at the same time.
That is so. See, you can find that.
Oh, it's
so crazy because the guy must be in fucking agony.
Yeah,
and he's still like present. Well, so he comes running out,
and he's supposed to be fixing this situation. You goddamn idiots! You don't know how to run a show. He's mad at both referees because they tied. So he's supposed to be the leader of this all right now, and then boom, now he can't stand up.
I mean, it doesn't even make sense how he blew them out like that. So he's sitting there and he's still in character. Well, he can't even fucking walk, and everybody else goes along with it. You realize something's wrong. So how do they realize, like, why he was sitting there?
They don't. They're just improvising, and he doesn't have enough time to tell them that he blew his quads. But what really is happening there is he's been in gorilla position for the pay-per-view for 3 hours. So he's been sitting in the back with headphones on, hitting a button, communicating to referees, communicating to camera guys, communicating to everything, making the entire production, everything.
Oh, yeah.
And then this thing wasn't actually supposed to go like that. They literally, at the end of that Royal Rumble, the two final people literally tied. If they did it 1,000 times, they wouldn't be able to land how they landed. They literally land at the same time. Never have, right?
Yeah.
It's just one in a billion. So the refs don't know what to do at all because they're watching the replay and they tied. And they tie, and no matter what angle you watch it from, it's a blatant. Again, they could have done it 1,000 times and they wouldn't have timed it like this. So Vince improvising, has to get up out of this chair that he's been sitting in for hours. And he's like, okay, I'll go yell at them and tell them to restart it or whatever. But he's been sitting, controlling everything. So all the blood, here's how it happened, is all the blood is in his fucking brain. Yeah. And now he's going, oh, I'm going to fix this. When he's coming down that ramp, throwing his jacket, there's nothing, he hasn't moved his legs in 3 hours. So that's how it happened.
But, he'll sit there and he'll wear the announcers out because he's talking to them in their headset as they're calling. You stupid son of a bitch. We don't say pro wrestling anymore. Sports entertainment.
Non-stop messing with the commentators.
Oh, it's unbelievable. No, it's entertainment, man. If you're sitting there watching it, he's having a guy bring him a Morton steak. He's eating a steak with Morton's. Drinking a protein drink and hollering at the announcers. It's the greatest thing you've ever seen.
Just controlling everything.
Did you ever have a match where you got injured like that?
It's either like, or it's like, when you walk back into the curtain. I've had a few of these in my day. He said to me one time, 80s heels don't draw. God damn it. I don't want to hear any more of that kiss stealing, wheeling, stealing shit.
Really? He told you, I don't want to hear any more of that kiss stealing, wheeling, dealing shit?
Yeah. And he goes, another time, another great story. I've got so many good ones about him. He goes, who taught you to take that slam off the top rope? I went, Harley Race. He goes, Harley Race taught you that? Okay. Nobody's going to tell Harley, right?